Okay, I'm going to attempt to do a voiceover. The microphone seems to be acting up for some reason, and it's late, so I don't feel like crawling around on the floor and getting behind the computer trying to figure out if everything's plugged in properly or not. And I just want to try to get this done, seeing that I recorded it on Wednesday. So where I'm at is the club. What I'm doing is trying to repair the potholes, or at least fill them with dirt on a driveway that's probably a couple tenths of a mile long, and I don't know for sure, but it seems like it's longer than that when you work on it. But there's a number of potholes. Some are shallower, some are deeper, some are bigger in circumference, some are small. Some will just give you a little thump, some will rock your soul. So the driveway is processed, it's all stone. And what I'm doing here is, because I don't want to disturb the stone, I just want to fill the holes. And there was as you can see, there's a lot of weeds and woods down the side of the driveway. So I'm pushing the weeds back, and so I can get to the dirt underneath them. And then I'll grab a couple of buckets of dirt and put it where it needs to be at this portion of the driveway. And then I'll come back over and backblade these weeds and everything back into where I pulled the dirt, so it'll look a little bit even and looks somewhat untouched. So that's what I'm doing. So we got a couple piles here, and in a minute I'm going to take it and jump ahead and do a little bit of backblading. I may speed this up a little bit more. Right now I'm running at about $1.50. I may take it up to a 2 just to kind of speed it up a little bit. But for now, let's just see what we're going to do here. Now, I was there for almost 3 hours. I'm not going to show you 3 hours of this because it's all the same. Just that it's in different parts. Some of it goes a little faster because the dirt that I need to fill the holes is a little bit more readily available. I don't have to move weeds to get to it. Now, as you can see, I'm just kind of backing up, and there was a marker here of some sort, but apparently it was buried. So what I'm doing is I just stood it up there for a minute, so at least the marker is still there, and then we can figure it out and paint it up another time. So I'm going to jump onto this and do a light back blade because I want to kind of get this done and see where I'm at. And then I'll drive over a few times. And I'm thinking probably next week it should be done one more time. Once it rains, which it's raining all weekend here, and after a few cars drive over it. This part is kind of down the middle. I don't know how we ended up with potholes in the middle, but they're not real deep, but they're there. So I'm kind of just taking care of that, and now I'm scooting over the weeds that may have been left into the dirt to get rid of them. So now when I'm done here, I'll be scooting down a little bit further and working on a few more. And once I get down past that big tree on the right side there, I'll start running into a few more. And I've got to move a tree. There's a tree almost sticking out in the driveway here. And I'm going to push that back a little bit. It's a down tree, as you can see. I don't like disturbing this stuff too much because there's a lot of wildlife in these woods and things, because behind the club, up in the woods, that all belongs to a water company. We have some of this naturally, but I don't know if it's actually ours or if it's a right-of-way that we have, because we're the only ones that really use it. But on the other side of those woods, there's actually a firing range for the military. So I don't know how far their property comes over, but I'm sure that they make sure that there's enough between us to make it safe for both of us. So anyway, I'm going to jump up here now, and you can see the potholes in front of me. But I'm going to do a few more little back wading just to even things out a little bit more. And then we'll kind of deal with it. So I'll eat up, like I said, a couple hours here. But it's watching me do this and then listening to the tractor run. So I figure instead of doing all that, because you wouldn't hear me talking anyway, that I'll just kind of explain to you what's going on here, and hopefully this microphone is working, because it won't tell me until I'm completely done and shut the mic off. And then the bar graph on the bottom will show the voice pattern, hopefully, and we'll see what happens. So I'm coming up on the end of this particular video. Again, I'm not going to play in part the whole thing. I'll break it up into maybe 3 10 to 15 minute segments. When you see me fill one pothole, you see me fill another. Now I'm just traveling down the driveway here to get around, and again, here we go. Now there's a pile of loam under that weed there, so this is kind of easy pickings. So I'm going to grab that. But I just went over a few big potholes that I'm going to fill up at this point.